what he was doing with the ball. It's the last tackle. Chip through from Schofield could be on, and indeed it's a high one into the corner. Tate and Afire both there, but both miss it, and the ball goes back, and it's a sensational score on the first attack of the game. Leeds have scored. Looked to be Rob Ackerman out on the right wing. The ball went between Martin Afire and Alan Tate. Both players went for the ball. It seemed to bounce off John Bentley, and the Leeds player pounced on it and went over in the corner. And that certainly set the Headingley crowd singing now. The atmosphere was electric before. It certainly steps up a few gears. Great start for Leeds, horrendous start for Widnes. Rob Ackerman crashing over onto the loose ball in the corner. So it's a long one, 5 metres in from the touchline, about 22 metres out, and it's just to the left. Not one of the best kicks, but Leeds take the lead just 1 minute into the game. Widnes now certainly with a lot to do, although at this early stage I don't think the Widnes team will be panicking too much. Holiday, Mike O'Neill and Kurt Sorensen. Leeds, well, that was a long ball in your own 25, but David Heron breaks the tackle and he gets the ball out to Maskell. And Leeds still going down the wing. Carl Gibson breaks 2 tackles, he's still going, he's still not brought down. Jonathan Davis and Alan Tate wrap him up, but Leeds took the ball 70 metres and still in possession. Paul Dixon. That was a good run from Mike Cariti to set the play up for Leeds, and now well, Gary Schofield goes for the drop goal, and it's there. Leeds 5, Widnes 0.
Leeds are making yardage in the 6 tackles. Widnes seems to be just getting tackled by Leeds, not going very far. And I think they've got to really come onto this ball a little bit hard with a bit more conviction if they're going to do anything.
That's right, but in the meantime, Widnes awarded a penalty for pinching the ball after Mr. Allott had called held. And will this be a chance for Jonathan Davis to add 2 points to the Widnes score? Davis is certainly going over to the centre of the field. He's not signalled his intentions yet. In fact, he has now. The sandboy comes on. The referee hasn't actually signalled his linesman behind the sticks yet, and the linesman still stood on the touch judges.
One thing about Leeds, Gary, if you play Leeds here, they do play great football. I was just looking at the recent result when they beat Castleford 20 points to 8, having Castleford beat them 38-18 at Castleford. You come down here to Leeds and they're a different side altogether, and we've seen that with the start. They really get into the brain and they start throwing this ball about.
That's right, but Jonathan Davis there now holds the score to 5 points to 2. And I think certainly the Headingley crowd and the superb stadium that Leeds have got here does help the Leeds team. It's a tremendous atmosphere, Reg.
Yes, the marvellous crowd, the Leeds people. They're nice people as well. They have no trouble here at Leeds, but they get behind the team. They get behind the team at something great. And you can see the lads, they raise the game by 12 points every time you play here. So Widnes have got it all on today if they're going to turn Leeds over.
That's right, and let's not forget, of course, that in November at this same ground in Headingley, Leeds did hammer Widnes. Well, as I speak, Widnes make a break. O'Neill and Richard Ayres linking together, just saying that Leeds hammered Widnes 26-12 in November at Headingley. But now Widnes moving the ball, and there's an overlap on the left. Well, Coloto gets the ball out to Tate, and Tate goes away from Bentley, and he also goes on another tackle, and Collier just tackled as he took the ball. David Hughes screaming to take possession. Well, that must be a penalty to Widnes. Well, not too long ago, David Hume was penalised for lying on. And Widnes had a chance to move the ball out. David Helen was laying on top, slowing the play down, and good decision from Mr. Allett, technical offence. David Helen takes a walk to the sin bin for 10 minutes, and Widnes with a chance to come within 1 point of the home side.
Mr. Allett has decided that's a professional foul, and a very good professional foul by Aaron. I'm sure if Aaron would have got up quicker, Widnes would have scored a try, and I think that's the reason he's put him in the sin bin. It's not a matter of him holding him down, it's where he's held him down. He's held him down 5 yards from the line, and I'm positive Widnes would have scored. Great break there by Widnes, great break by Alan Tate, and unlucky not to score. Andy Curry just caught short of the line, but Jonathan Davies now comes to take this. It should be the simplest of kicks for Jonathan Davies to put the score some of the region of 5 points to 4.
And Davies does indeed put the ball right over the back of the stands. So 18 minutes of play having elapsed. Widnes come within 1 point. Leeds 5, Widnes 4. Coloto wraps him up. Schofield seems to have taken a knock in the tackles, taking his time getting up. Nothing too serious. Leeds move the ball out to the left, and that's a good tip through there. Paul Delaney tips and he kicks it again. Referee looks at... Well, the referee has sent Tate away for the shoulder badge. So now Alan Tate joins David Helen in the sin bin. Quick thinking from the Leeds scrum half, Paul Delaney. Chip through. Davis and Tate seem to have it covered. Tate badged into Delaney. Referee said it was a foul. And Leeds with a chance to add to the score. Colin Maskell fancies his chances from the 22 metre line with this one, just to the left of the posts.
I think Mr. Allen's been watching a little bit of football. Penalty there for bringing him down in the box, I think. But he's just squaring everything up. He's done the same in the early on with Leeds with Aaron. Professional foul. He's called that a professional foul by Alan Tate, and he's given him 10 minutes in the same minute. Even the tide's up for the moment, and with Leeds on the attack, it's looking as though they can come away from 2 points with this kick.
Looks like Colin Maskell taking advantage of the penalty. A little harsh for Alan Tate perhaps. And there's just, well, it hits the post and it goes over. The ball just seems to be veering to the right. Hit the post. 7-4. John Bentley fancied his chances there, but Hume was equal to the task. Nowhere for Courier to go though. Well, a silly penalty there by Andy Courier.
I think the referee's got him to stamp him there, trying to go play the ball. And really, it's the Leeds people's fault. They're grabbing all of them. They won't let him get up and play the ball. I think Mr. Allett was near enough sending Andy Courier off them for a minute. I think he thought better of it at the end. Has given a free kick, but he's got Andy Courier to stamp him. And these are stupid mistakes, especially when Widnes had the ball. I mean, we don't need this pressure putting on them. Widnes had the ball, then had a chance of attacking, and now it's Leeds with the ball, kicking it downfield and putting pressure on them Widnes.
That's right, and Widnes playing into the hands of both the Leeds players and the Leeds crowd there, and that ball just bounces into touch. The ball looked to be going into dead. Mike O'Neill let it go, it bounced. Touch judge Mr. Brown says it bounced into touch before the flag. So it's Leeds now right on the line. And heading for that line, and the ball goes out to Powell, but Powell just couldn't hold on to the ball from Cavill-Hugh. Good break from Cavill-Hugh, got the ball out in the tackle, but it bounced off Powell's shoulder. And now it's Darren Wright, that's back to one tackle because Leeds kicked the ball at the play of the ball.
I think we've got about 5,000 referees on this side of the field. Anything that Widnes do, they're telling the referee.
And again the crowd shouting. It's Schofield that's injured. This time touch judge Mr. Haig comes on. So Mr. Allett and Mr. Haig consult. Again Widnes penalised for use of the elbow. This time it's Paul Hume.
I'd just like to see the penalty count at the end of this first half, Gary, because I think on both sides they must have given away about 10 free kicks each, and you know, they're just making themselves an awful lot of work.
That's right. The first 10 minutes we had a few breaks, a few bit of good football, but the game now is being broken up by these penalties, not really flowing and fulfilling the early prospects as we come half an hour into the match. Leeds still leading by 7 points to 4, but the last 10 minutes have consisted of about 4 penalties each. And now the referee walks over to speak to the ball boys. Put the ball down on the floor on the touchline, he says. Could send the ball boys into the sin bin if they don't do that. Fair comment from the referee though, because don't want to give one team or the other an advantage by putting the ball on quickly, insisting on the same rules for both sides. So Leeds move the ball back out to the left, and there's an overlap on the left-hand side, and Davis takes the opportunity to kick through. Can he gather it? Well, that must be a penalty try, surely. Jonathan Davis looks to be brought down. Mr. Brown comes on. Knowing Mr. Brown as I do, I think... Yes, I thought so. Mr. Brown and Mr. Allett award a penalty try. Good decision from the two officials there. Jonathan Davis pounced on a loose ball. Excellent opportunist play from Davis. Went through. Phil Ford, I would have thought, should have almost had the speed to get there, but he thought it would be easier to tackle Davis. The ball went over the line, and a good decision from the two officials. A try for Widnes and a kick under the sticks to boot. And Phil Ford also goes into the sin bin. Well, I think Mr. Allett must have got a new card for Easter.
Yeah, good decision by Mr. Brown, the touch judge. The referee was unsighted as Davis went through. Just as he was going to get onto the ball, Phil Ford pushed him out the way. He would have most certainly scored. He had the legs on Ford. Ford has protested a great deal, and Mr. Allett has done the right thing. He's going to try under the post, and he's put Ford in the sin bin. As I watch now, Alan Tate's come back onto the field, so it should make Widnes a little bit stronger now with the 13 players on the field and just taking the lead. It's been an up and down game, Gary. The ball swung from end to end, mistakes left, right and centre, and the game has not really flowed. It's been stop-start, yet we've had a lot of points scored at the moment.
That's right, and Jonathan Davis adds another 2, so Widnes take the lead, 10 points to 7, and we're back in a position now where it's Widnes with the one-man advantage. This game certainly seesawing. The players seem to be coming on and off the field in shift work.
I'm just looking at Widnes. I watched David Hume then take players on, just running from deep. I'm sure if the Widnes team just run at these Leeds defenders, they're not, the defence is not all that good. There's Roy Powell who's doing a lot of tackling, but the rest of the forward seems to be a little bit under strength on the tackling. I'm sure if they just run at them, they'll get through the gaps with them.
That's right, and there's an example of that. Coloto almost breaking through a tackle, and I'm certain that as the game goes on in this heat, players will tire. But another, well, kicking out, the referee says. I don't know if Mr. Allett's been a little bit harsh in some of the penalties against both sides. He certainly seems to be sticking precisely to the letter of the law, and it's a penalty, and yet another penalty against Widnes. And really, I sometimes feel that referees, well, it's not an easy job, but there's a difference between sticking your foot out in an attempt to get up and actually kicking out to hit somebody. I don't feel Coloto was being vicious then.
Can't understand that really. All Coloto done was try to get up off the floor. I don't know whether Mr. Allett's trying to justify putting Phil Ford in the sin bin or not, or the penalty try. The referees have a tendency to try and balance things up at the end of the day, and I think that's what Mr. Allett's trying to do. And really, he's made a couple of good decisions. I think that one was his bad decision. I really do. I think that was really against the flow of play. And he looks as though he's missed the goal anyway. But I think Mr. Allett wants to get a grip of himself as well as the game.
Well, Colin Maskell missing what should have been a kickable goal for him. He's had an overlap out on the right. Well, Paul Delaney had nowhere to go there, but Kevin Hugh came onto the ball and Leeds still in possession. Good tackle by Mike O'Neill and good covering back from Alan Tate. Snatching the ball away just in the nick of time as Leeds look to be charging in for the score. Well, Well, there's all sorts of hanky-panky going on there, and that was certainly David Hume had his face stood on there by Colin Maskell. Referee and touch judges both watching the ball. Perhaps one touch judge should be watching what's gone previously. Kurt Sorensen flattened with an elbow, and the referee this time rightly awards a penalty to Widnes. Things certainly hotting up. Tony Brown, the referee, comes on, and Mr. Howard calls Maskell to him. And I think Mr. Brown may be saying about an earlier incident as well.
But Widnes having the first shot of luck in this first half, Gary. 2 interceptions they've had when Leeds are all over with tries. Once by Roy Powell not dropping it and Coloto picking it up. And then Alan Tate just going through there and intercepting that one when the line was at Leeds' mercy. Leeds are creating the gaps. This big Gabriel Hume is coming through. This young Delaney's picking him up on some lovely balls outside wide. And he's taking people on and creating all sorts of havoc. I think Widnes have got to spread across this field and get a little bit more tackling done.
Take any ground. Phil McKenzie was wise to what was happening, and now it's the 5th tackle without too much ground being made for Leeds, and that was a terrible play, the ball from Kuwaiti, and Roy Powell forced to put a tip in, and it's not a bad one, and he gets it out as well to Kuwaiti. Kuwaiti loses the ball, threw it away I think in the hope that it would go to a Leeds player, but excellent thinking from Roy Powell. He was caught out with the ball in his hands there on the last tackle after the bad play of the ball from Kuwaiti, and he put a nice little tip in and caught the ball himself. Too far, so Widnes in possession. I think the heat is starting to take its toll, and that's a good run from Coloto, and he gets the ball out to Darren Wright, and Darren Wright's got some pace, but Gary Schofield's got pace as well. Now it's Offia kicks. Well, was he brought down unfairly? He's still going. And it's a drop out from under the sticks. I think if Martin Offia had gone down there, he might have been awarded a penalty, but Offia wisely and bravely carries on and tries to get a legitimate touchdown. Mr. Brown comes onto the pitch now from the other side of the field. Well, Offia just had Phil Ford to beat. He decided that Ford was up to the task. He thought he had a better chance if he kicked it past him. Ford dived into the tackle after the Fire kicked it. Offia was pushed into touch, decided to try and still make the touchdown. The referee says everything was fair. Davis goes through a gap, good running by Davis, and he's got the ball out to Collier, and Collier's got McKenzie inside. It's a superb score, brilliant try from Widnes. Jonathan Davis set that one up from nothing. It came from absolutely nowhere, but I've got to say that is perfectly justified, because Widnes should have been awarded a penalty try earlier on. Jonathan Davis did a little 1-2, superb jink, went through a gap that was hardly there, handed the ball outside to Collier, great support play from Andy Collier. Collier went down the line, decided that the safest thing to do was to pass the ball into McKenzie, who again was providing some excellent support. Great ball from Collier. McKenzie took it high in the air and crossed over the line. A superb score from Widnes to put them 7 points ahead.
Oh, what an excellent performance. Martin Offia coming down here. I think he was just took out the line a little bit by Forward. The referee was looking whether it was going to be a free kick or not. All due respect to Martin Offia, anybody else would have took a dive. The lad didn't. He still tried to get to the byline, just couldn't make it. Little scrum half Delaney kicked it into touch, and from the kick out, well, a superb touch of handling by young Jonathan Davis there. It showed everything of why he's such a great player. Widnes come away with a try, and really I think that should put the nail in the coffin in Leeds.
Yeah, I think if Davis can kick this one and make it a 9-point gap, Leeds will certainly have a lot on to come back. And he does. It's a superb kick from Jonathan Davis. What a brilliant kick from Davis.
A lot of people have been asking the question this week why Jonathan Davis is playing instead of John Devereux, and I'm sure Dougie Lawrence justified what he wanted was a kicker. The kicks will make all the difference today.
But Widnes are buzzing now. They seem determined to put another score on, and even if it's a drop goal, that's fine by me, says Holiday. And a brilliant kick, left-footed tip over the bar. That'll do nicely.
Got that scrum about. Two of them met the winger coming in and really knocked him down. And Widnes with Tate attacking. Tate looks very, very dangerous on the ball at the moment. But you can't write Leeds off, especially at Leeds. They're great football inside. They won't give in. They'll keep coming. If there's a chance of them scoring, I'm sure they'll take it.
Yes, you can never say that the game's over until the final whistle, but it's still Widnes on the attack. That was a great ball from Holiday. Cloto's going for the line, and Leeds steps inside for third. A brilliant score from Widnes. That certainly puts the game beyond doubt. Widnes can now count themselves surely to be in the Premiership final at Old Trafford. An excellent ball from Holiday, superb ball to Cloto. Cloto then onto it, as he should do, coming from deep. That's what we've been looking for Mimosi Cloto in this game. He then into the gap. He passed the ball out to Richard Earls, who was in superb support again. Earls sidestepped round full back, Phil Ford, and crossed for a line for a superb try. Excellent piece of football from Widnes.
Well, what a tremendous little touch off Colosso. The man's got magical hands. Dougie Lawton's always said his hands will be his fortune. He come onto that ball then, just a little bit of a sidestep, and just dropped the ball. It was only Richie Earls, only a foot off him. But the men never seen Richie Earls get the ball for him to score under the post. An excellent ball by Les Holiday. What a tremendous game this lad's played since he's joined Widnes. This is his 7th game and we've never lost a game yet. And it speaks volumes of the player. I've never seen him do anything wrong in 7 games, which to me that's a true professional. He's never given any mistakes away. He keeps the ball tight, he does everything right. And he's made some telling breaks today as Holiday. And surely one of the best state signings Dougie Lawton's done for a long, long while.
That's right, it certainly added a new dimension to Widnes' play, and Jonathan Davis makes no mistake with that one. 23 points to 7.
And really, I don't think the Leeds pack has played as a unit today. Usually they're a lot better than this. Widnes have just kept on going, plugging away, doing all the basics right, and they're getting reaping the rewards from it. I think Tony Mara had a tremendous tackle on the line just to save a try, and here he is again, knocking players off, handing the ball on to Darren Wright to Courier. Courier going inside, dummies, goes by himself, he's heading for the post, chips through, sure Courier will go for this. Picked up, very unlucky, Martin obvious hits off the ball, make everything. I think it'd be very difficult to pick a Widnes man of the match. Temple Inns, who are a firm who are doing £1,000 sponsorship for the man of the match. So it's come back to that. Darren Wright making a break, out to Effie. Effie going down the left-hand side, gets round one, gets round forward, he's scored in the corner. Beautiful try by Martin Offia. Lovely ball by Tony Miles to Darren Wright. Darren Wright takes the ball on, gives it to Offia. Offia rounds 2 men, rounds full forward in the corner, scoring the corner. And that's definitely Widnes into the final of the Premiership. And as I was saying before, there's Temple Inns who are sponsoring the man of the match, well, the man of the tournament. They sponsored the first match against Hull. Alan Tate won that with 3 points. Coloto with 2. David Hume with 1. It goes on for the full tournament, and it's going to go right through to the final. It'll be interesting to see who gets a 3-2-1 here today and who gets in the final, because it's £1,000 for the winner with the most points at the end of the series. So a tremendous performance by Widnes today, and it's very hard to pick a man of the match.
That's right, and I think Widnes have brought on another substitute there, who was just leaving the field now at the Widnes end. Tremendous round of applause from the Widnes fans for that little boy. I'm sure he'll be playing there one day himself. But as they says, a superb side from Martin Offia. Phil Ford seemed to have him cut off, and Offia, well, just showed again what a classy player is. Turned up again and went round the outside, dived over in the corner, jumped over the wall, did a somersault, and that was that. Well, not one of Jonathan Davis's best. He smiles to himself about that. Too impossible to find any gaps whatsoever.
I think any team who comes to Leeds, any team who comes home, wouldn't it? Interception again, Leeds again, the last pass gone astray. Lovely ball by Colosso then, just gone into the touch, knocked into touch. What I was saying, any team who can come to Leeds and beat Leeds and put 27 points on them must be a good side. And Widnes have played excellent today.
It looks as if time is up. We should be in the final who to go at the moment on what's turned out to be perhaps not as high scoring a game as we predicted. Third, in fact, is the Hooter. So Widnes have made it again into the Premiership finals, looking to retain the trophy for the third time in succession. They'll be at Old Trafford next week after their splendid performance here at Headingley. To come to Headingley and win by 27 points to 7 is no mean feat indeed against a team of the quality of Leeds. Leeds just managing first half scores with a try from Ackerman, goal from Maskell and a drop goal from Schofield. Tries for Widnes in the first half, a penalty try for Jonathan Davis and 3 successful goals for Davis, making a half-time score of 10-7. In the second half it was all Widnes, and don't the fans love it. Tries from Mackenzie, Ayres and Martin Afire, and 2 goals from Davis, topped off with a Holiday drop goal, making a final score of Widnes 27, Leeds 7.